We began, as we began all of our talks, by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is worthy of being praised. And by asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the straight path. And we seek Allah's refuge from the evil of our souls and the consequences of our actions. Indeed, whomever Allah guides, no one can ever misguide him. And whomever Allah Azza wa Jal chooses to misguide, no one can guide him back to the straight path. Indeed, I bear witness and I testify, a testification of certainty, of yaqeen, that there is no object, no being, no deity, no God that is worthy of our worship, our veneration, our love, our hope, our prostration, our dua, our sajda, other than Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. And I bear witness and I testify that Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Hashimi al-Arabi al-Qurashi is the final prophet and the most perfect messenger that ever walked on the face of this earth. As to what follows, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, verily Allah Azza wa Jal is the best of all planners. And it is indeed ironic that I stand in front of you today after having recorded 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, in a city far, far away, a short, brief message telling you to come to this conference, but also excusing myself and saying, unfortunately, I will not be able to make it this year for reasons that are very complicated. I've just come from another conference in America, the largest conference there, and I said I cannot make it to this conference. Yet Allah Azza wa Jal had willed that I would be standing in front of you today. And even though it was not my plan, not because I didn't want to be here, but because of logistical factors, Allah Azza wa Jal had something planned. And indeed, the plan of Allah is always best.
It gives me great pleasure to announce to you the very, very exciting conference that will take place in Toronto on July 4th and 5th, called the Journey of Faith. This is the second year that the conference is taking place, and it saddens me greatly that I'm not able to join you this year either, but I'll be busy in other conferences. Inshallah, I hope to join you next year. But you have a whole host of superstars, mashallah, coming to join you. You have Dr. Zakir Naik coming, you have Dr. Bilal Phillips coming, Dr. Abdul Hakim Quig, Sheikh Walid Basuni. Mashallah ta'ala, this looks to be a very, very exciting conference, and I think that inshallah it will become the most popular and the most effective conference in all of Canada. So inshallah, I won't be able to see you there, but I hope that all of you will be able to come, and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow me to join you, if not this year, then maybe next year. Jazakumullahu khair, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now the talk that I have today is about etiquettes of conversing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do we engage in a conversation, in an appeal? How do we ask Allah and beseech Him for what we want? And I thought that instead of listing for you a bunch of points, why not take one of the most important stories in the Quran and analyze this story in light of the etiquettes of beseeching Allah.
We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for having gathered us here on this auspicious night. We thank Him and we glorify His praises. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us iman and He has guided us to this faith. Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana li hadha wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. All praise is due to Allah who guided us to this, and we would not have been guided had it not been for the guidance of Allah. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises those who stand up and those who do ruku' and those who do sujood. وَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ قَانِتِينَ. Stand up in Allah in humility. وَارْكَعُوا مَعَ الرَّاكِعِينَ. Do ruku' with those who are doing ruku'. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the position of sajda. There is no position that is more beloved to Allah, as the Prophet ﷺ said, than the position of sajda. And he said, never is a servant closer to his Lord than he is in that position of sajda, in prostration. And therefore He encouraged us in that position. He said, increase in your dua while you are in prostration. فَقَمِنٌ أَن يُسْتَجَابَ لَكُمْ.